the claim that I will be refuting is that organically grown food has no superiority in comparison to conventionally grown food. My opponent's secondary claims were organic food has no nutritional superiority over conventionally grown food. Her secondary claim was conventionally grown food is not less safe to consume than organic food. And her last claim was conventional farming is not more harmful to the environment than organic farming. Her first claim, organic food has no nutritional superiority over conventionally grown food. In 2007, the Newcastle University in the United Kingdom reported that organic produce boasted up to 40% higher levels of some nutrients, including vitamin C, zinc, and iron. Additionally, the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that organically grown berries and corn contain 58% more polyphenols. Polyphenols are antioxidants that help prevent cardiovascular disease. Also, a study made by the University of Missouri were found shocked to discover that smaller organically grown oranges delivered 30% more vitamin C than large conventionally grown ones. In that same study, it showed that organically grown fruits and vegetables outpaced the conventional counterparts with as much as 27% more vitamin C, 21.1% more iron, 29.3% more magnesium, 13.6% more phosphorus, and 18% more polyphenols. Her second claim was that conventionally grown food is not less safe to consume than organic food. As I mentioned before, there are more nutrients offered in organically grown food, which make it much more healthier to consume. And also, organic farming prohibits the use of synthetic chemical fertilizers, which can possibly taint the food itself. Instead, they use organic fertilizers, which won't harm the food at all, making it much more safer to consume. Her last claim was that conventional farming was not more harmful to the environment than organic farming, but the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations proves otherwise. Organic farming brings the sustainability of water and soil. There's a large method used in organic farming called crop rotation. In crop rotation, there is a certain area of land, and in that land, let's say you grow some corn. That corn will absorb some nutrients from the soil. And when the season of corn is over, you'll have to utilize that land for a different type of crop instead of using the same crop of corn again, because that corn will just continue to absorb the same nutrients over and over again. Instead, in crop rotation, you'll put a new plant in place of the corn, such as, let's say, some berries or lettuce. Those berries and lettuce can also replenish the land of the nutrients that were absorbed by corn and also absorb other nutrients. And in that, crop rotation will maintain the soil's nutrients at constant levels, sustaining it instead of just depleting it of its nutrients. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations states that organic agriculture reduces non-renewable energy used by decreasing, organic agriculture reduces non-renewable energy use by decreasing agrochemical needs. Agrochemicals require high quantities of fossil fuel to be produced. And lastly, in many areas, groundwater is polluted due to synthetic fertilizers and pesticides used by conventional farming methods, proving that organic farming is more beneficial to the environment than conventionally grown methods. Hopefully, I have proved that organic farming does have some superiorities in comparison to conventionally grown food.
All right, Cesar, you labeled the main and secondary claims clearly. The signpost on the first point was excellent. What comes up, though, is that you immediately start diving into some evidence on this first point, and you need to make a claim here first, and then use the evidence to support it. You're basically trying to let the evidence make the argument for you. However, That being said, the evidence that you cited here was really excellent. You had an extensive amount of information to show that there are benefits from organic foods based on the amount of nutrients in the organic foods in contrast to the traditionally grown foods. I thought you did a very good job on that. One thing that's missing here is any comparison to the evidence that the advocate used. So in other words, I don't know what the basis of the advocate's claim is and how to compare your evidence to what they've said. You cite at least 3 different studies that say that there is a substantial difference. Did the advocate cite a study? Is there anything inadequate about their study? Is there consistency in the research on their side? I mean, yours seems to be pretty consistent. I think that that's one of those things that you want to stress. The first point was the argument that had the strongest information on it. After that, there's a lot of assertion, and I think they're reasonable arguments that you're making, but they require some proof. But you're also doing the same sort of thing, and that is that you're not contrasting it to the argument that the advocate presented on those points. So the counterclaim might be a valid point, but what's the danger, level? The advocate, let's say you were talking on the second point about the use of chemical fertilizers and that there could be potential dangers there. Well, did the advocate show that there weren't any dangers? What proof did they use on that? And then you could maybe provide some evidence on those particular points. I thought that was a problem on all of the points after that first one, where you have an explanation and an argument, but you don't have any evidence to support it, and we don't really get much of a contrast to what the advocate's arguments were. The strongest contrast was on that first point. All right, thank you.